Hey guys, it's Jason. I'm here to talk about a certain game that recently Thomas got me called Max: The Cursed Brotherhood. And honestly, this was a pretty good game. I'd say it was an amazing game. I actually fully completed it. I got I did all of the levels, completed it to 100%, and I got all the evil eyes and all of the secrets, which is like the little extra things that the game has. There are 7 chapters and many different levels, so it's not short, but it's not also too long. Cause I got this Saturday, and I already finished it. And it's currently Tuesday, Wednesday. Can't tell at this point. Wednesday. So it's a pretty good game, and for its price of around like $15, I would say that that's a worth it. Yeah, it's like $15. I would say that the eShop says it for. And I do suggest getting that game. That game is less of an attacking, but towards the end there is a somewhat of an attacking way. And you're basically Max. You're this person named Max who accidentally sent off his little brother to this little like he sent him off to try to get rid of him, but then he realizes his mistake. And he tries to go break him free. But that's really what the whole game is about. And then he has this marker that is used to help him escape and to get out of troubles, and it's really a puzzle game through most of it. And throughout the game you're trying to go from area to area, getting your upgrading your marker. There is no like coin system or like any way to like buy stuff really. But so it's not really it's pretty weird because it's more of a puzzle. There's no attacking, and it's also a touchscreen, which I do like. But touchscreen as it might just be me, but touchscreen is pretty much semi broken. And the ending was okay, not too much of like a big thing, but there's like a boss fight, which I do like because you actually get to attack using your markers and its powers. And there are, I'd say, let's see, there are different markers. There's the beginning one. This is gonna be like a spoiler, but the beginning marker is makes like the ground above you go up, and then there's another one that's a branch, and then you can make branches that could like turn into, and you could like cut them off and then use them as like a platform or something. And then there's also vines which come after that, and then with the vines you could use the vines to either climb, swing, or attach them to other stuff. And then with that you could either push the things, or you could use that to go from one side to another side using the vine to connect it. And then not and then there's water, which I found was cool. Water gets a little bit hard because that's more of a quick time event. That adds for some quick time events, and this game is a lot about quick times. And finally, there's also the attacking one, which is like this little fireball that you can make somewhat, but it's like purple fire. And with that, you could attack the people, and you could also use it to like burn places, burn down some locked doors and stuff. And the evil eyes are honestly somewhat hard to find, some of them, and other ones are they just throw it in your path. So collecting all of them could be a little bit hard, and there are certain puzzles that are harder to find, that are harder to complete. And in the beginning, the puzzles seem really easy, but then they get harder. And towards the end, like the final one in the end, kind of was. It was the final one seemed like it should have been hard, but it was pretty much easy, and it wasn't really a puzzle, so it was more like a quick time event, which I guess was good, but it kind of threw away the puzzle aspect of it, the final part. So, um, you're trying to get through to attack this person named Mr. Mustachio, which is like this big guy who what he wants to do is to put his soul into your little brother's soul so that he becomes your little brother. And then once he does that, another spoiler, he turns into here, I could actually get it up. So this is in chapter 7-2 called Mustachio. Once you finish climbing his tower in the end, wait. What happens? Oh yeah, there's a part where you find Max and you try to save him. But that Max, sadly, gets caught again. Like Max would. Using Conductor, he gets his power up and running. And you actually... right before this, you find out that you could also get power running from one spot to the other using vines, which you could create. And right now it's changing their brain, basically. So Max is in Mustachio's. That's Max. Oh no, Felix. Max is trying to say Felix. That is Felix. For some reason he turns big, which makes no sense at all, really. And then you're this one. You gotta try to like escape it. And then you could use that to attack, which I found was really cool. And then these floors, oh, you're supposed to try to make him break them. And then you die. You die a lot in this game. Then using these floors, it opens up this part, which is the floor, which is one of his power-ups. In this ending, you kind of don't really use the water part, which I feel is kind of a waste. Then if you die, that's what happens. So honestly, that's just a little bit of it. It's a pretty good game. I really liked it. And I kept on playing for a very long time. Not really just because I wanted to get this game done, but more because it was fun. And, you know, after you kind of like get everything, there's not really much else to do. So for this game, a rating for this game would be, let's see, what's a good rating? 4.5 on 4 out of 5. No, 9 out of 10. That seems more accurate, like a 4.5, I would say. But yeah, that's Max and the Cursed Brotherhood. And honestly, there's really nothing else you could do with this game. So, once you complete it, that's it. You could just delete it. And it honestly didn't really take up that much space. I think it only took up like about 2 gigabytes. Which I feel is pretty good. No, that's pretty good for a downloaded game. But if it... yeah, it's actually pretty good space compared to a download game. Because some download games could take up like 7 or 8 gigabytes. And really the download space could change for each game. So this was a pretty low gigabyte compared to all that it has to offer. And because it's a downloaded also. So yeah, that was my review about Max and the Curse of Brotherhood. It was a pretty good game, and also there's actually it's a 2-part game. There's a different game also, which is of the same series. I forgot what it's about, but it's like Max and something. And it's on the iOS, I believe, also. But I played it on my Wii. It was actually really fun, and I might get it for the iOS. It was a really good game, and this concludes part 4 of the Switch swap. We might do this in the future, depends on what you guys think, but most likely this might be the final Switch swap. So yeah, my suggestion, go buy it if you're into that type of game, cause it's a weird game, but fun. So if you're okay with more strategy and puzzles and redoing it a lot, but and if you're really okay with like not having much fighting, because there's not really fighting, and looks wise, there's not really. It's nice. It looks nice graphic wise, and not much story to it though. You don't really find much story about anything really, but for a quick game, it's not even that quick honestly. For a game itself, it's and its price of $15. I'd say that's a worth it. So it's up to you guys really what type of games you're into and if you like that game. But keep that in mind because it is a really good game. I'll see you all another time. Bye.